from your point of view, do you think that the focus on ROI detracts from creativity?
It shouldn't do.
But do you think it does?
Probably not. I mean, I think that certainly most creative directors, I'm not sure about most copywriters, are very aware of the creative circle and subsidiary organizations like the Luries have put a lot of focus over the last 2 years, 3 years on the positive correlation between great creativity and great effectiveness. In other words, good creative campaigns work much, much harder. So there's some research that suggests 11 times harder than campaigns that aren't creatively awarded. So if you are trying to write what is creatively a great ad, hopefully you are scaling what we call the twin peaks, which is creativity and effectiveness at the same time. So by chasing creativity, I think that you are, by very nature, chasing effectiveness. So the emphasis on ROI doesn't bother me at all. I worry sometimes about how that's being measured. And obviously Michael gave us some insight into that this morning. But I still, we've had very, very successful campaigns for South African breweries, for instance, where radio is massively powerful as part of an integrated campaign. As I said, you can't really tell what's working best for you, but the thing is, radio is inexpensive, and you can get reach quickly.
Sorry, it's inexpensive.
It's inexpensive compared with, well, if you compare the production cost, for instance, on a television ad with a radio ad, the speed with which you can get on air, I think that's to a certain extent ameliorates the costs involved with flights in the ad. So there's massive advantages. You can also change your creative within 24 hours. You can't do that in any other medium. So I think that from a flexibility point of view and a creativity point of view, I think that all of those things have to lead you back to ROI.
So from a creative point of view, and for the benefit of the people in the audience who perhaps are copywriters, what advice or what would be the tick boxes that you would give to them in producing a piece of creative that's going to produce ROI? What would be the key pointers?
I think that if I could give someone one piece of advice, and sometimes just knowing one thing is better than knowing a whole bunch and trying to remember those, is the first point on John's slide about creative, which is to stand out. The first thing your ad's got to do is to put its hand up and get people to listen to it. And I think that if you all probably listened to the radio this morning in your cars on the way here, perhaps yesterday on your way to work, yesterday morning, see if you can think of a radio ad that you've listened to in the last 3 days, now, within the next 10 seconds. Anybody put a hand up? Recall? Nobody. So it's, I think it's not a great ad. So I think that memorability is the single most important thing that we engage with as radio writers. I don't think that that's the single most important thing that clients engage with. And I think that there isn't a meeting of minds there. Dave Trott, the old British ad man, came out last year and talked specifically about standing out. And about that being the thing that's never written on the brief, but being that being the thing that's the most important thing about writing an ad and putting it on air, is making sure people notice it. I think we spend a lot of time smoothing out the rough edges and making sure people don't notice things and aren't offended, and oh, that might alienate those people, and oh, I'm not sure if that joke's going to go down with these people. And I think what we do is we kind of cauterize the effect of a lot of our great radio by trying to make it sort of politically correct and moderating it, as opposed to really trying to make it scream and stick out.